Hello and welcome to Hadoop Exam Learning Resources. In this session, we will be discussing about the SAS newly launched certification A00-231. So this is the certification number and this is a base SAS programming certification and known as a certified specialist in SAS. So in this session, I would also consider one exercise from our preparation material in detail to explain you how things work. Okay, and in this our preparation material, we have like 42 plus multiple choice question and answer and 20 plus scenarios. So what exactly scenarios? So since this certification onward, SAS has changed their methodology for assessing the candidate skills in the SAS. Okay, so what they are doing it, they are giving you online environment for executing your SAS program. So they would be giving you some instruction or some scenarios with the data which you need to implement in the SAS environment. And once you write the code, it would generate the output, and based on that your code and output, you need to answer the questions which is being asked on that same scenario. So in the same scenario, you would get question around 1 to 3 question you would be getting in each scenario. So very similar fashion, we have created the material for this certification and we will go through this. Okay, and this certification is mainly on base SAS software. So there is another certification, like somebody is starting with the SAS, correct? So that is A00-215 certification. That is purely multiple choice question and answer based certification, A00-215. So this is fundamental programming for SAS. Okay, then little advanced version is A00-231. So this is base certified specialist, and A0232 is a advanced certification in SAS. Okay, so we will be covering all this certification preparation material as well. So let's today go through on this A00-231 certification. Okay, you would be given a programming scenario and you need to implement that scenario. How this works, so let's go through on hadoopexam.com. so we'll walk through the how to access the material first, and then we'll pick up one exercise and solve this entire exercise on the SAS environment only. Okay, so let me go through here. This is the hadoopexam.com homepage, correct? On the homepage, in the SAS tab, once you click on the SAS tab, it would launch this page, okay, where all the SAS products are listed. So A00-215 I was talking about, correct? Similarly, we have a training as well for base SAS learning, correct? So currently we have 35 modules in this hands-on sessions and 20 modules in this training. So this is on-demand training, anytime you can watch it. So this is one of the most popular training from the perspective of SAS on the hadoopexam.com right now, and most of the people who are subscribing for certification preparation material, they are also subscribing for this training, because in this training we have go through various concepts of base programming as well as environment installation and various hands-on exercises we have implemented as well. Okay, next we have recently launched, like finally the purpose of doing this whole thing is to getting the job or vertical growth in your organization, correct? So to do this, you would have to appear in an interview, and to prepare for this interview, right now we have launched 165 plus interview question, which is in two format. One is an ebook format as well as another is an audio cum video format. So you can read it whenever you want it, or you can listen it, or you can watch it whenever you want it. So we'll go through all the 65 questions in our audio cum video recording as well as on the ebook, correct? So let me show you how, just to show you. Okay, so this is the link for this, and here 165. So this is the video you can see here, and there are various part. Okay, so we have divided in 5 part, okay, this training, so you can watch it. So you can just click on this to read the online. So this is the shared file, okay, so which will be launched, and you can read it, this book here, correct? So this is the book which you can read it online. So these are the 165 question and answer. Similarly, this is the audio book, so you just have to launch this. So this video you can see here and you can play it, kind of thing. Okay, so this would actually our reader, okay, so which would read it, this question and answer for you. If there is any programming questions which is part of your interview, so our trainer would explicitly create video for that to explain this program, because that reading that program is no point, correct? So which we would be differently creating that interview question and answer. So right now this is text-based question and answer which you can listen it. Okay, now let's move further and talk about our main certification for this video which we have created is 231. Okay, so in the 231 right now we have 20 scenarios which is very similar to your real-time exam. Okay, and for each scenario there would be one or 1, 2 or 3 multiple choice question and answer you would be asked, correct? Question are not complicated. There to find the answer to that question is a some little tricky. You need to implement that scenario, okay, and then you can only get the answer to these questions, okay. In this exam, SAS is not even evaluate your program, okay. They are more concerned about getting the answer to the question. How do you get the answer? That is their important factor, okay. And they might look into your code, but not necessarily. They are not interested in this particular certification looking into your code. But I would recommend, don't try to answer without writing the code, because there is a various tricks in the question as well as in the data. So you could just by looking at the data, you will not be able to answer those questions. You need to implement the program correctly. So let me show you how it works. So once you click on this page, it would launch another page like this is the page that would be launched here. So here the entire detail about the certification would be given here, correct? So on this page you can see here, okay. Now once you click here, there is two sections right now. One is a sample scenario question paper, which you can just click here and it would be launched. So right now let me open it, okay. So this would be launched here, okay. I'll not wait for here, okay. Let me show you. So this is the sample scenario set where we are providing material from our actual scenario. Right now we have 20 scenarios, which we are anyway going to edit further. Many more scenarios would be added further, okay. So now this is the instruction you would be provided here in this exam, okay. And in the next you can see this is the actual scenario. In the scenario you would be given this instruction and then you need to implement that scenario. And how do you get access to this data, correct? This is read only mode, correct? So you need to get the access to data using this data tab. It would open another page. Click on this and you can download this data from this location, okay. Download the data scenario. So you can download the entire zip from here, like it would be downloaded, and you can get the data for all the scenarios in this certification, okay. So next is question. Now once you implemented this scenario, you would be asked this question, correct? So like here you can see these 3 questions, okay, being asked. And now to answer this question, you need to implement the solution, correct? So this is the solution we have provided, how to implement the whatever things has been asked in the exam, okay. So this part is the thing which you need to implement using the data provided, okay. They may be provided directly data set in the SAS environment. Here in this example, what we are doing it, we want to teach you everything. So like we are giving you core file and how to create the data set from this, and then answer and then implement the actual scenario that would be given here. And then once you have implemented the scenario, you need to execute that scenario in SAS environment and get the answer to this 3 questions. So let me go through this scenario first, okay. So what exactly this is asking it. So where are we going to execute the scenario? We would be executing in SAS Studio environment, okay. This is we have already installed, and how to install and how to get all this we have training, correct? SAS Base training. There you can see how to install the SAS Studio and get this is to execute this. So now once you do this, this is all environment would be available to you, and in this environment you can execute the SAS program, correct? So let me go through the instruction first, okay. What this instruction is saying, okay. Sorry. Yeah, this is our instruction. You have been given a data file named A00-1.csv. Okay, so this is the name of the file. Please accomplish the following activity and provide the answer. What activity you have to create? Load this file and give the file reference href data. Okay, so this is my first things which I need to do. What I always recommend is first read entire scenario and then only implement your scenarios, because you need to understand what is being asked in the exam and how you can do this. Create a temporary data set named HEData1. Okay, so now create a new data set which is temporary. So temporary means it should be created into the work directory, correct? Work SAS library. So this is we would be creating using this HEData. We would be creating the HEData1 in the work temporary library. Create another temporary data set named HEData1 new using this data one, okay, and add another feature which provide the total fee by applying 18% tax on the course fee. Another feature, what is another feature? The in the SAS world, there is a one column in the dataset is known as a feature, correct? So what here exactly they are asking is create a new column and using the existing column which has a course fee, apply the 18% tax on this. So let me go through this, okay. and HE data. Okay, sorry. So this is our data here, HE data 1 .csv file. Okay, so here this course fee is the column, and we need to apply the 18% tax on this and create a new column on that, correct? So now let's move further. What is next? Create a new dataset from HE data 1 and add another feature which provide total fee by applying the 18% tax on the course fee. However, if total fee is more than $500, then provide $50 discount as well on the fee and name this dataset as a HE data new. Okay, so this dataset you have to name it, and now answer the following question. So this is the question which you need to answer. What is the total fee in the observation 7 in the dataset? What is the total fee in observation 7 in this dataset? So I told you, correct, the questions are not complicated. Once you implement the solutions correctly, then you would be able to answer those questions by looking at the output from the dataset, correct? And how can you add the max ended variable in each object? Okay, this is a multiple choice question which has nothing to do with your scenario, but that is embedded in this data set. Okay, so let me first implement the solution. What exactly we are going to do here is create a file reference for the CSV file. So this is the HE data file name. So this is the location. If you install this software, so this somewhere you have to create one shared folder and you have to keep your data in that, and from there because this is a virtual machine, okay, and virtual machine needs some shared folder to read from your local windows to read the data and access it in the SAS software, correct? So what I would be using here is a folder, my folder. This is my location, and I need to first create a file reference. File reference represent the local file on my Windows system. Okay, so this is from where SAS should be able to access this file, correct? So this is the command file name. This is HE data file reference as it is being asked in the question, and then this is your entire path, and then run command to run the this, correct? So let me do this thing. Okay, I would use copy and paste because I don't want this session to be get longer. So, and type everything. Okay, so this is my program here. Okay, I would execute it. So this is my first step that is being asked in the exam as well, correct, to create this data set. Okay, then next is import the file ref as a SAS dataset. Now this is a raw file. Still this pointer, this is the HE data, is a pointer to my physical file. I need to access this file and create a SAS dataset. So which procedure I can use it here? Import procedure I can use it and give my data file name is here. Like what is my data file? Instead of this pointer, this file reference, I can directly put this path over here as well, correct? But this is always better approach. You would create the file pointer or file reference. Okay, this is the better name. File reference. This is file ref. Okay, to this folder, and then use this pointer. What is the format of my file is a CSV, comma separated file is here, and as in the question it is given, create a dataset in the temp directory work dot, and the name of the dataset they also provided. So you would be creating this. I'm using here replace because it may be possible I'm running this program again and again while testing. So what I want, my existing data should be replaced. Otherwise I'm keep getting the errors kind of thing, and this may confuse me. Okay, so that is what I wanted to avoid it. So I would be actually now creating the SAS temporary dataset in the work library. Okay, so let me again put this code over here. This session will be little longer because this is first session about 231 and I need to explain everything in detail, correct? So that's the reason, and later on we won't be doing this extensive longer session kind of thing because the most of the things we have already covered and few of them already repeated. So these are the all features. This is the data. We have only 10 records now, okay, in this data. Now next, calculate the total fee by applying the 18% taxes and create a new data set, HE data 1 new. Okay, so this is my new data set I would be creating in the temporary library again, but the name of the data set HE data 1 new, using this HE data 1 which is we have loaded just using the import procedure, correct? So this is the data which we have loaded here in this. Now total fee by applying the 18% tax. How would you calculate the 18% tax? Is a simple mathematics here. So course fee by multiplied by 18 and divide by 100. So this would give you 18% of this fee, and you would be adding back to the actual fee, so you would be getting total fee. So you don't have to do anything specifically. Automatically this feature would be added in your new data set, because this is a variable name you have been assigning here, correct? So this total fee is a variable name, new variable we are creating is, and this is a numeric type of variable, and so this this would be applied over here. And then proc print data, and I would wanted to test this data, so I would use the print procedure, which is quite convenient by looking the data, because it would show you in the proper formats kind of thing, so it would be easy to understand kind of thing, correct? So let me put this code in the SAS and studio environment and check the things. Okay, in the same code I would be doing this. Okay, and here we have calculated 18% fee and kind of thing. So if I run this code, okay, so this should generate the output, correct? So this is the output generated. If there is any error, that would be in the red color, correct? You should focus on this. If there is anything you see in the red color, that would be, otherwise the things are okay there. If that is depend, actually now there is a logical error, there is a syntax error, there is a semantic error, correct? So what kind of error? So some errors may not be in the red color here, and you need to evaluate whether you are getting your expected result or not, correct? So now this is my result. Okay, and wow, sorry, where we have a new feature added, total fee here, correct? And this is the all what you can say, new column which has my total fee, which applied 18% tax. So mathematically you can calculate, if you want to evaluate whether your calculation is correct or not, you just pick up one of the random course fee and calculate the 18% fee manually and check whether your calculation applied correctly or not. Now next point here is, okay, in this scenario we have been asked to create a new data set by applying a logic to reduce, okay, there is a spelling mistake, okay, reduce the fee by $50 if total fee is more than $500. So what you have to simply do is, okay, you can just go in here, okay, in this, not in the new data set, okay, let me go to scenario, create a new data set from HE data 1. It is clearly saying here create from HE data 1, not HE data 1 new, okay, and add another feature which provide the total fee by applying 18% tax on the course fee. However, if the total fee is more than $500, then provide $50 discount and name this data set HE data 2 new. Okay, so they don't want to touch this data set which you have already created. They wanted you to create a new data set. Okay, and now answer the following question. Okay, so now let's go into the solution bag. Okay, here we would be doing here new data set we need to create using this work HE data 1. Same way we would be calculating the total fee by applying 18%. Now there is we have to put one condition, if my total fee is greater than $500 or not. So you need to know how to write if then else syntax kind of thing, correct? If total fee is greater than 500, then total fee is equal to total fee minus 50, sorry. So this new variable would be created. Okay, this max end it. Okay, there is no specific question have been asked. Okay, let me go to the, okay, question have been asked like, how can you add max ended variable in each observation having value as a 31st March 20, correct? So now if you wanted to test, like you want to add one more column in the my currently new data set, okay, how would I do that? Okay, let's go through this questions little later. Okay, so now let me put this my solution here, okay, in the code, okay, so and print the result. Okay, code here. Now I want to comment this date part right now. How would you do this? Star and semicolon, correct? Star and line should end with a semicolon, correct? So this would become comment and that would not be executed. Okay, so you also need to know how to create comment. So this program we would be executing here, entire program I would be executing. Now two data sets should be in the output. Okay, one is this one and one after applying $50 discount, correct? So here you can see 944 minus 5894. So this is correctly applied. Okay, this is where you can check this. Now go to the our question and answer section here. What is the total fee in the observation 7 in the, okay, this is like question was here in HE data 1 new. Okay, this is, so this we have missed in the while answering. Okay, so we need to check here HE data 1 new. This is my 7th observation. Okay, don't confuse with this ID. Okay, this is another column. They are asking clearly in the observation 7. This ID may be confusing here, like they may remove 2-3 records kind of thing and ID would change, correct? So you would get confused here. So this exam is more of creating the confusion as well as how good you are in programming. Okay, so you need to answer it properly. So now here what we are saying, seventh observation, and what is the question? Sorry, I've missed that part. What is the total fee in observation 7? So total fee we need to see here in 7 observation is $531. So let me see the answer to this question here. So $531. Similarly, what is the total fee in observation 7? It is talking about second data set here. So observation 7 here, 481 is my total fee in the second data set. So let me see the data answer. Okay, how can you add max end date variable in each observation having value as 31st March 2020? So now what they wanted to add one constant value in each observation. So how would you add constant value in each observation? First you need to create this constant value, correct? So how would you create this constant value? Let's go to the solution here. Okay, so this is the one variable you would be defining. The name you could provide, okay, whatever you want it. If they have given in the question, you have to provide accordingly, else this not required, correct? So this is the way you would be defining. This is the date, okay, the 31st March 2020. This is the constant we have defined here, okay, and now we wanted to format it as per the MMDDYY. So we can use the format MMDDYY 8 dot here. So this is how many, what is the length of my data here? 8 I am giving here. It means I am putting slash in between because this is 6 only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 2 slash, one is after mm and one is after dd, correct? In this format I wanted to generate the date. Okay, so this is way we would be generating. So if I put in the set statement, okay, inside the set statement, automatically that variable would be added into my data set with this format apply to this constant. So this one more thing we are learning here, how to format the date here using this. So anyway, we are going to do more sessions and more exercises, so we would be learning about this in detail once you go through all the scenario. So here what we would be doing here, I'll uncomment this thing which we have commented here, correct? So still my answer would those questions would be same here, but one new constant would be applied into my data set here, correct? And you can see here, this is the new feature max end date is applied as a 31st March 2020. So now this constant value, this is across all observation having the same value because there's no condition applied like this observation should have this value kind of. Nobody have asked it. They have simply asked a multiple choice question, but to test our answer we can do this thing in our code because we are already coding it. So why not to validate the stuff before answering the question? So this, based on this, we can see this is the 4 options we have been given here, correct? So this is the option we would be selecting here. Okay, so I don't know what is the difference between third and fourth option. Okay, this is 03 here, okay, and this is March here. So you need to know how to differentiate. There is no where keyword we need to put kind of thing. Okay, so this is based on this you can answer this question. Even we have given the explanation wherever possible. We have given the explanation as well to answer the question. So you can use a separate format statement for each variable, or you can format several variables using either the same format or different formats in a single format statement. So here the date would be associated with this format MMYYDD with the variable name is date, and this is the example date. Okay, so this is more you can learn about the format from our base SAS programming training, okay, where we have explained in detail. So now this is the one scenario which we have implemented and answered 3 questions in it, correct? So that's why we would be going through all 20 scenarios and would try to answer those questions. So now point is how to get access to all this 20 scenarios. So as I mentioned, you have to go to hadoopexam.com and you can subscribe this. Obviously this is a paid subscription to get access to all the questions here, so you can get the paid subscription here. Now what we have seen, like most of the people asking for custom package because they wanted to buy the multiple choice question for A00-215 exam as well and are interested in training. So what we have bundled all this product together, and like A00-215 A00-231 SAS Base interview question audio video book and SAS Base professional training, all this 4 product we have combined it, created a custom bundle, and you can subscribe this bundle all together as well. There is another option, like we have lot more trainings, certification preparation materials, interview questions, and many more things are being added here. So if you wanted to get access to the entire material on this website, which is available online only, okay, which is available online, simply click on this link here. Okay, so this would bring you to the this our annual subscription page. Okay, so it is taking little longer. Okay, So okay, now this page would be launched here. So these are the various subscription. Okay, even you can subscribe it for 3 months, 6 months, annually, and pro annual. Okay, so there are various difference between annual and pro annual, correct? With the other premiums, which this four subscription are known as a premium subscription, and one is known as a pro subscription. In the premium subscription, you would get access to all the trainings, ebooks, and other available material, but excluding the certification preparation material. So this won't be part of the this our premium subscription. If you want to get access to the this certification preparation material as well, so you can use the pro subscription. What is included in this? So various certification exam, like this is Spark certification. Like Spark is now very popular technology, correct? In the big data world, everybody wants to work on the Spark. We would be adding soon on the Cloudera certification as well over here, which is more popular certification from the big data certification perspective. Then SAS certifications, obviously, which we are talking about right now. This is 2 certification. You just expand it and you can get access to this by clicking on this, or you can start learning from by clicking on this start learning page would be launched here. Similarly, data stacks, this is NoSQL database if anybody preparing for this. Now this data science certification from the EMC. Okay, so these are the data science certification available in the from the EMC, which you can use it to prepare for the data science certification. Similarly, for Spark Hortonworks certification is available. So these are the trainings, these are the certificates. So certification preparation material is part of pro subscription, and other remaining product like trainings, correct? So we have 2 trainings for the Spark. We have 2 trainings for the Spark in Python. One is using Scala, another is using Python. Then Apache NiFi technology, this is a big data world technology. Okay, then this is SAS training. Here let's talk about other programming language, Python, Scala, Java, whatever you want to prepare it. So these are all trainings are available, which you can start learning using this training material. Then this is the ebook. We would be launching the ebook for various technologies. So right now it is available in Spark, AWS, and NiFi technology. Similarly, we have interview preparation material. Interview preparation material does not mean only the ebook. It may include the audio cum video book, as well as some programming question answered by our trainers in the detail for each programming question which is being asked in the interview, which we would be keep enhancing. So here we would be on weekly basis, or as on when our new material is available, we edit it, and you can get access to this. How would you notify here? Like anything new is added, simply go here and click on this subscribe. Okay, so this once you subscribe this, it would ask you to join one Google group. You simply join that Google group. You would be getting the notification to about once new material is added. Or the other option is releases and updates. So there you can check like what on each date. If you can see, like we are keep releasing this stuff. So 21st December means yesterday we have launched this SAS related product, correct? So this is we have listed here. So this page is also available to you to check whether what exactly is newly added, or what we do actually, we outdated question and answer we also remove from our material, correct? So this also announced over here, like anything which we have removed or kind of thing. So this is everything you can monitor here. So I hope you like this session. So in next session we would be talking about the scenario number 2 of this same certification. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I hope you like this session. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe it, because we are keep adding such material on YouTube as well. Okay, and once you subscribe it, don't forget to refer your friend about this material, and that would help us to grow, and we would be able to provide to you this material on reasonable prices. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this content. Thank you. I'm stopping now.